Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, Taurus Collective, in this reading. This will be a bonus reading for you after the new moon has occurred on August 8th, the Lionsgate portal, and I was curious to check some of the zodiac signs' energies and its effects and after effects in your life with the new moon or the Lionsgate portal that happened on August 8th, 2021. Okay. Eight of Pentacles showed up in your pre-shuffle, guys. Okay. Which clearly talks about some kind of a new karma building up in your life. A new start to a fresh way of thinking, processing information, right? Getting a clarity of a lot of situations in your life, Taurus. Understanding the truth, beginning to see reality for what it is, not numbing it, not denying it, not getting scared of it, right? But coming head on to face your real the truth, that is a fresh start to a new situation. And what I'm getting with the Eight of Pentacles in your case, Taurus, is that a lot of you guys have been in a lot of mental conflict before, as your readings have told me earlier on. And I have been repeatedly saying this. If you go back to my previous readings and see that in some cases I have said, what's wrong with you guys? I don't understand, really. What is that, and more so of your mental energy. It's not your anything else but your mental state of mind. Now, what happens to a person, guys, please understand this, that if your mental energy is all blocked and all crown chakra is not working the way it should be working to see the light of things, you're all confused. You're rejecting ideas. You are not accepting new principles in life. You are rejecting people's choices and options. They have probably told you or communicated to you, and you're like, nah, I don't want that, right? Because of that mental block, the mental confusion that has been in your case for a very long time. So with the Eight of Pentacles, guys, that showed up in the pre-shuffle, yes, there is a new, fresh process of thinking, working, reevaluating yourself, refocusing on your work with a lot of clarity, with a lot of focus and dedication, whatever you're doing in the real world, right? Not getting distracted by other situations, by other people's opinions or ideas, but you're keeping your head down and being very focused in your own work, in your own situation, in your own understanding of your fresh new path. That is what the Eight of Pentacles is talking to me about. Okay, but we'll check. Now, what is going out? What is coming in after the new moon cycle? Let's see for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary position, guys. Now, I'll keep this reading timeless. I'm not putting a time to it because whenever you're called to check, this reading will be for you. Okay, so since new moon is a new beginning, fresh ideas, fresh inspirations, fresh thought process, everything that is very fresh, everything that is very, very fresh in your life, coming to a point of your own understanding, really, right? Of your own understanding where you have gone wrong, basically, where you have made your mistakes, because you could have thought that whatever you have been doing for so long has been the right thing. Then all of a sudden, after the new moon cycle, and Lionsgate portal is a big time portal, which is moving from one phase of your life to the other, right? Uh, it talks about a lot of new, fresh understanding in yourself with your shadow energy, more so, is the fact of the story. Because what happens to people, just not you, Taurus, most of the time we are scared to do something, we are scared to go ahead, we think, we apprehend, or we kind of crisscross ourselves, we go kind of crazy in ourselves trying to come to a solution only because we have shadow energies in us. And the shadow energy is the energy that creates that fear, the apprehension, where your heart kind of starts beating quicker and faster because you kind of think the worst, right? It's human tendency. We tend to think the worst, not the good stuff. So when you think the worst, obviously your palpitation is more, your physical, part of the story is very tight. Your body feels a lot under stress and pressure because of that shadow energy, right? That creates that kind of mood, that creates that kind of block, whatever that you necessarily, that shadow energy lurks behind you, but necessarily you don't talk about it. We don't talk about the shadow unless we are having a deep rooted conversation with in some form or the other. Otherwise, in 99% case, we don't talk. We don't say what is that scary part in our life. We don't. We tend to kind of numb it. We tend to keep it under covers, right? But inside of us, what is happening is that fear. I don't know. Can I? Will it happen? What if it doesn't happen? Then what? That kind of back and forth, the ebb and flow, right? That is what I call is the shadow side of our human life. Okay, now the first card is void, of course, moon. That is, nothing will come of this situation. So there is a lot of things that you are letting go, Taurus, letting go. You're not keeping it in yourself. It's like the Eight of Cups energy, right? You're kind of just, you're not basically, you're not expecting anything right now out of what you're letting go or what is that you're welcoming back. You're not doing anything out of any kind of expectation, but you're just letting it go. Like, you're not in that energy anymore where you want to sit in a situation, and that is what is the shadow side too, right? It is that shadow energy, which is that blank energy that you can see, you can talk, but you can feel it. You can constantly feel that energy in yourself, right? So, yeah, you're just like, I don't want it. Let it go. Let it go, right? Let's see this. Please talk to me about nothing will come of this situation, because you could be that energy that whatever you have been holding on, guys, you're coming to your understanding that you're not going to get anything out of that situation anymore, whatever that situation in your life is. Emotions, money, happiness, anything, right? It is a situation that you're coming to terms with in yourself, deep inside of you. More so is that energy I'm getting out of this card in here, right? Which is telling me seeking and finding. Yeah, see? Which is telling me that you are letting things go in order to seek and find new things in your life, right? like somewhere you have realized, or you're coming to your realization, guys, that you haven't discovered a lot of things. You don't know a lot of things. You might have been feeling that you know a lot of things, but today you're coming to the point of understanding that you probably have not known a lot of things. So it's time for you to discover, to seek and find a lot of truth about things in life. And for which, if you have to do that, obviously you have to clear yourself, right? You have to make space. When you walk out of an old home and you go into a new house, you clear your old space, you clear your old home, right? And that is where you buy new things, you make a fresh start, you kind of decorate the new home with the new stuff. That is what it is basically decluttering to make space for new elements in your life, right? Which is what you are discovering, that you haven't really had time to do a lot of things or understand a lot of things in yourself, which is where that seeking and finding energy is showing up. That is telling me that now you're coming to the point of understanding that I have to find more, I have to understand more, I have to seek more. I don't know anything, right? That or leaving the old situation, because for some of you guys, whatever the old situation has taught you was what it was that you have learned to be a part of. But you have never made an effort to leave that old to learn the new. So this is where that change is showing up after the Lionsgate portal. In your case, Taurus. Beautiful. Okay. The next is the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. So it could be some kind of personal issue. It could be home, domestic situation, could be family, right? Something which is very, very personal in your case is reaching some, like you're finding some kind of resolution with that personal story of yours. So as you are clearing yourself, Taurus, as you are clearing your understanding, as you are clearing your emotions, your personal space is getting cleared, right? You're letting things go. See, again, like I said, until you delete things from your life, you press the delete button on your computer and you see, boom, 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 all your files are gone and there is a new space in your computer. The same is when you do Photoshop, things like that, right? You have that little thing over there, which is the eraser. And how you erase out the old drawing or whatever you have done. You know, you keep brushing it out, line by line. And then all of a sudden you have a totally blank canvas in front of you. So life is something like that. Life's understanding should be to wipe out the old. That cycle is gone. You don't have to be a part of that old cycle, because until you are ready to accept the new cycle, your old cycle doesn't close. The only way the old cycle will close, guys, is only when you delete that from your life, from within you. More so from within you, because external changes happen when internal changes happen first. If you cannot do your internalization and internal changes first, you will not be able to change the external. The external works only after the internal has happened. That's when you suddenly you wake up and you're like, no, I need a new space in my life. I need a new stuff in my life, right? This is what the spiritual growth is. Look at this message. Like I said, the more you leave things, because for you, Taurus, leaving old stuff, leaving old understanding has been the issue. Let me be very blunt here with you guys. You have been clutching on to that old energy of your understanding, the old energy, the old pattern of you learning to do things, the old pattern of you communicating, the old pattern, the old pattern, the old Taurus was very difficult for you to leave and get into the new Taurus. So this was that stage between the old and the new that has been going on ever since the last maybe a year and a half for you. Right? This is where your spiritual growth is occurring, where you're finally you're enabling yourself to realize who you truly are and can be, really. You're seeking more spiritualism. You're more into the spiritual energy of growth, finding, understanding yourself, knowing yourself better, figuring things out from a deep spiritual level of your soul consciousness. Okay? A time for healing. Yeah. And this is an ongoing process. As you are discovering yourself through the spiritual growth, you're healing. You're healing. You're becoming more better. You're becoming a better person. You're healing yourself totally. Right? You're figuring things out from a very deep internal spiritual perspective in your life. Beautiful energy, guys. Beautiful energy. Okay. Let's look into a time for healing for you. So this is where, because a lot of things you haven't been able to heal before by yourself. So some kind of spiritual aspect is occurring in your life. Some of you could be attending spiritual workshops. Some of you could be having a mentor, going for spiritual classes, whatever, or reading spiritual books, hearing spiritual messages, dietary change. Yeah. This is bringing about, when I talk about dietary change, some of you could be even changing your food habits. Some of you could be changing the way you were, eating things before without thinking, right? So the dietary change is happening because your internal part of the story is changing. There are a lot of changes intern. Diet has got everything to do with your internal organs, your internal stuff, right? So that is changing with this healing, where many of you could have been feeling a lot more pressurized from within, where some of you could have been even physically not feeling all that great, right? Some kind of pain or the other, that was kind of catching hold of you. And this is where you're gracefully aging in yourself, because you're learning to forgive things. Realization and epiphanies, yeah. You're moving towards your own realization and epiphanies, where you're learning to forgive old stuff, forgive people for their mistakes. And this is, also a part of your aging process, where you're gracefully accepting that it's time for you to let go of the old stuff. You want that energy. You want to grow old gracefully. That is your energy. So you're, boom, boom, boom. You're letting it go. You don't want it anymore. And that is bringing about a complete internal transition in yourself. Have faith in your dreams. You and your loved ones are safe. Prosperity lies ahead. See. Yeah. And this is what it is happening. New moon in Taurus, new moon in Cancer, waxing crescent moon. They're telling you everything is going to be fine. There is a lot of prosperity in your life that will show up, Taurus. Have faith in your dreams. Don't get upset. Look at the energy right in front of you, guys. Oh, boy. Amazing, amazing. Okay, let's look at this seeking and finding. Let's look at this card of seeking and finding. What are you seeking and finding? There is a lot of spiritual part of this story. Just talk to me about, see, Five of Swords wanted to flip and show itself. That is that Five of Swords, the dangerous energy that you had been having for a very long time, Taurus, where you were rejecting ideas, or you thought people were rejecting you. Not just ideas, not just opinions. It was the way of people, of your understanding that you were being rejected or people were rejecting you. That's why you were always fighting that internal battle of the soul energy in yourself, of that mental energy, where you always had that pull, where you were very ambitious to make things happen in your own way without hearing or learning opinions from others. That kind of an energy where you thought you knew the best, or where you understood what you had to understand, neglecting and ignoring other people's opinions in your life. Then the dangerous energy flipped and shut itself, which means to say that you are not there in that energy. You're moving away from that energy, guys. Right? And what is the energy? The Three of Wands. Your wisdom. You're gaining so much of knowledge, so much of wisdom, Taurus. I'm so happy for you. You're looking at, it's like envisioning the future. Understanding that there are a lot of things in life that you still have not explored. You want to explore. You want to visit places. You want to see the dream places you haven't gone. Right? Some of you want to take a trip abroad. Maybe many of you haven't stepped outside your country or your home. You all don't know how it is to travel in an airplane or in an aircraft, right? Many of you haven't traveled in a boat, in a cruise, haven't gone for a cruise. You all have no experience of what a cruise can do, when you get into the ship and travel for 7 days or 10 days on water. So anything of that kind, that knowledge, that experience, that wisdom, when you explore things, you discover more for yourself. You understand that, oh yeah, really? That you could be discussing with people. People could be talking about it. You know what? So and so place has this kind of a beautiful thing, and your energy is like, oh my God, I want to go there. Right? I want to go there. I want to see how that place looks in reality. Maybe I have seen only photographs. And here it is, that the ship is coming into your harbor. You're waiting for that time. You're waiting. You're waiting. You're growing. You are, with the Three of Wands energy, guys, you have discovered that it is also divine timing, right? That will allow you to move forward. But at the same time, all the other obstacles that you have had in your life with the Five of Swords energy that I told you about, right, 2 minutes before, is something that you are pushing away. You're pushing away. And you're looking ahead. You're looking at your future. You're thinking about the next 10 years, the next 20 years. For some of you, the next 5 years. It doesn't matter, right? Let's look at the spiritual growth. And this is all happening because, like I said, your internal part of your story is going through a complete process of change. The spiritual part is getting into you, guys, which is changing your life energy. Changing you, not just your life energy. It's just changing you, period. Period. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. You're learning how to organize yourself. You're learning how not to be stressed out on everything in your life. You're learning that life does not necessarily mean walking on a tightrope all the time. You're learning to free yourself. You're learning to bring back a lot of balance and harmony in your own life by organizing yourself in the 3D as well. Because what is happening to you is, guys, that a personal issue, something that was troubling you before, something that you have not, like I said, it is very personal to you. You haven't probably disclosed that to anybody else. Or maybe you have, could have shared it with a person or two people or whatever. But most of it, you have kept it in yourself, right? Where that spiritual growth is helping you to reach your resolution and bring back that organization in yourself. From walking always on a tight rope and not knowing what your next part of the story or next day will bring to you. Always very skeptical whether you can bring back a balance in money at your home, in your workplace, anything that is very personal to you, right? That is where your spiritual growth is occurring, to tell you that you don't have to walk on a tightrope in this way anymore. You have to free yourself because you're learning to explore and expand your thinking process. Please talk to me about the dietary change. It's talking about a balance in your personal life. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah. This is where this negative energy shows up. See? Negative self-talk, where you had been like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can ever travel abroad. I don't know if I can ever find a job that pays me a 6-figure salary, for example. I don't know if I can really start a business that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Anything that is very personal, interpersonal, or personal to you, right? So something that has been kind of in that energy has created that negative impact in yourself, where you have not been able to balance. And that is where your spiritual growth is changing this part of the story, where you have been very focused on what you don't have rather than on what you have or what you can get, right? Lot of negative self-talk, victimization, feeling like a victim all the time. Oh, I am the one, I'm the victim, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. It's self-victimization. That's what I call it. It's self-victimization, right? And that is the reason why you were in that. So as you are understanding yourself, as you are figuring things out in your own self, Taurus, you're able to see the world. You're able to think about moving far. You're able to think big. Think big. Right? Able to think big. Beautiful energies are showing up along with what it is in your life, guys. Please talk to me about the Three of Wands. A lot of spiritual growth here about what you have been doing before. A lot of spiritual growth about your own understanding. These were your restrictions, and this is what you are leaving. And I told you that this is your restriction that you are putting behind you. Putting behind you. Please talk to me about the Three of Wands. And you're realizing because of that spiritual growth and an internal transformation, Taurus, you're realizing that you have been doing so many things wrong. Guess who shows up? The magician, obviously. That you had manifested this problem here. It was you who had been in the victim mode. It is you who had that lack of self consciousness. It is you who was attracting back that energy where you were like, I can't do this. I'm the victim. Negative self talk. You were attracting it, Taurus. It clearly tells me that right here. Right? Let's look at the Two of Pentacles. So this is where the magician shows up, telling you it's your will, wisdom, and your mind. Change that. Change that. Think big. Listen to other people. Gain more knowledge about your own energy. As you listen to other people, as you understand other people, you become a better person. Not that all ideas has to be accepted by you. I'm not saying that. But listening is a part of learning. Learning is a part of your growth. Very important. Please understand that, guys. Okay? With the Two of Pentacles, you got the Nine of Pentacles. Right? So what you're manifesting now is your independence, is your beauty, is your superior self. Because from the 9, you will flip into the Empress. So somewhere your 7 of Pentacles has already happened. A fresh start has already begun. You are now in your 9th Pentacle, where you're looking for your independence, financial independence, personal independence, anything that brings you back your own happiness, right? With you, the Queen of Pentacles. Look, this is you, Taurus, male or female. Lot of patience. You're looking after yourself. You're dressing well. You're eating well. You're sleeping well. You're taking care of yourself. Lot of patience in yourself, guys. To build back that quality of life that makes you happy. When you feel abundant in yourself. Like I said, that is what you're manifesting. Where you're feeling abundant in your own self. You're feeling comfortable. You're feeling comfortable. You know that at this point, maybe you don't have the 9th Pentacle, but you're going towards it. Some of you already has it. So you're feeling comfortable. You're contented with whatever you have in your account, in your bank account, in yourself, in your home. You're contented. Your beauty is emerging out of that whole situation of walking on a tightrope because of that spiritual growth. Please talk to me about the 5 of Pentacles. Look at your energy change in front of you, guys, on the table. And that is where you are manifesting a new desire in your life. You're attracting this energy in yourself, Taurus. Please talk to me about the 5 of Pentacles. You're bringing back this energy in yourself. See? From the 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups, where you had lost your happiness because of that energy. You were not able to trust anybody. Nobody was able to trust you. There was a lot of trust issue because you had been sitting in that victim mentality. So when you sit in a victim mentality, guys, obviously you won't get trust from people. Neither can you trust people, nor can people trust you. Because they're looking at you as a very pathetic person, as a very gloomy character, as a person who hardly smiles, right? As a person with whom you cannot really have more than a line of conversation, because then the other person starts feeling that energy, right? So people could have been, shrugging your company because of this energy, because they were not getting that happiness from you, Taurus. They were not feeling happy because you were sitting in that energy. So they were keeping their distance from you, right? And you were trying to attract this energy, being in that victim mentality. That never happens, guys. Never happens. You have to be abundant in yourself to attract back abundance from external sources. It's only when people feel comfortable in your presence, right? People can smile, people can laugh, people will be happy in your presence. That's when they will want you. That's when they will invite you. That's when they will, pull you into their home or into their party or into whatever, right? Because they feel that you can make them happy. It's always, happiness is a law of attraction. If you can make somebody smile or laugh, that person will never be able to leave your company because they adore your personality. But when you are in this kind of a personality, guys, you don't get that. Because you're looking at your happiness from a lost soul consciousness, where your soul is not open to trusting anybody, neither finding happiness in yourself. Please talk to me about the magician. So now you're realizing, and that is where your correction is also happening because of that spiritual growth. Some of you have not been able to eat properly. You have not been able to eat well because your body has broken down. Your body has been breaking down because internally the Ten of Cups has not been there. You see? So lot of things, lot of realization, lot of epiphanies are occurring in your life, Taurus, or will occur. Please talk to me about the magician energy here. Yeah. You're realizing your mistake in your life. Lot of epiphany. How many cards, guys? Hold on. Lot of epiphany. Please talk to me about the magician. Some of you are going in for some kind of self-employment. It's your personal business. You want to build something by yourself. The Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords, look. Where you have been deceiving yourself. You haven't taken responsibility for yourself, Taurus, which is coming to an end. And because you haven't taken responsibility for your own actions, you have got hurt. You have got hurt. That is what the magician is telling you. Learn to take responsibility for your own actions. Right? Only when you learn and you don't kind of, sneak back and forth and be sneaky about situations, not tell the truth to people. What has happened in your case, guys, is that it has brought your energy down. You have been subconsciously going through a lot of pain in your logical part because you know that you haven't done things right. Taurus, you know that this magician is telling you there is a need for you to correct your logical part. Surrender this energy where you have been running away from your own responsibilities in your own life. You did not want to shoulder some kind of burden, take responsibility for some kind of situation But what has happened is that you failed to keep up with this energy, and it's brought you down. It's brought you down. You're tired. You're tired of this energy. You don't want this energy. You want to surrender this energy and leave that energy forever. You don't want it, Taurus, because you're tired of this energy, which has only caused you a lot of pain. Now, because of this reason, other people could have also done the same with you. I'm not saying you have done everything. Other people could have done exactly the same thing with you. That created a lot of pain in your life. In your life. Because somewhere you think that you are also responsible for not doing the right thing, that you should have shouldered your responsibilities in the right way as well. Right? So, this is the energy. This is where the magician is coming in to say, you also manifested this. You have also manifested this in yourself, which is what you are now leaving behind. You're seeking the truth. You're finding out more about your own self. I'm not talking about the external part. I'm talking about your own truthful internal part of the story, Taurus. Wow. Let's talk to me about the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. Yeah. The Ten of Sword, the Ten of Wands. There is a close and an end of a cycle of carrying other people's burdens on your shoulder. Some of you guys, let me put it like that. You all have done this, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You have done this because there was too much of burden on your shoulder. So you have not been able to divert your energy in the right way, in the right part of the story, right? Because every time you have done something, you have done that with a sense of carrying a lot of burden on yourself. Oh my God, in the morning I have to get up, go shopping, go to this place, go to that place. I've got a list of things to do, right? Again, I have to start doing that. That sense of burden, right? When again, you might have some of you could have pretended I'm not well. Yeah, I'm not well, I can't do it. Shirking your responsibility off by sleeping off and pretending I'm not well. Not pretending, but maybe and truthfully, you have not been well because you didn't want to carry this responsibility. You cannot afford to carry this burden anymore. It's breaking you down. It's bringing you down, right? So you want to leave all this. You want to free yourself from all that burden, all that pain, where you had to play games in order to, move away from those responsibilities that you thought has become a burden in your life today. Yeah? But it only created more mental pain. Some of you could have had body pain. Some of you could have been having extreme, headaches kind of situation, right? So a lot of things because of this reason, where other people could have been shirking their responsibility and giving you all the burden to carry for some. And that has also caused you a lot of pain and distress in yourself. You want to let that go. You want to free yourself. Please talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles. You want to sit in a beautiful place on a throne, enjoy what you have in your life. The Two of Wands. Yeah. And this has created a crossroad in your life. You have not, because this responsibility and burden has been stopping you from moving forward, where intuitively you have been thinking about a lot of things, but you have not been able to do that because you felt responsible for a lot of things in your life that you just could not let go. You could not let go. And that is where a very personal issue is reaching some kind of resolution here. This is your personal, more so I'm getting, of a very domesticated situation more so. Please talk to me about the Ten of Cups. You got 10, 10, and 10. The Queen of Cups. Yeah. You have been out of touch with your emotional side, Taurus. Because of this pain, burden, deceit, lies. Some of you could have faced deceit and lies in your life from people. People have cheated you, troubled you. They have been very sly towards you. Whereas you have been doing all the work, carrying on all the responsibility towards that story, and have not been able to move towards your goal and intention in your life. Being out of touch with your own emotions, with your own love, the loving self that you have. You have not been able to get in touch with your emotions because your responsibility and burden was the primary part of the story, Taurus, that kind of totally left you out in the cold, where you lost touch with your emotional side. And you could not pay attention to that emotion. This Queen of Cups could be somebody in your life as well, for some of you, who has a lot of deep unconditional love for you, but you, Taurus, could not pay attention because of this story in here. And that is where your things are completely changing, where you're learning to understand and rectify your own mistake in your life, Taurus. I'm going to do one more layer, guys, before I wind up this reading for you, to know and see if my spirit has to say anything more. Please talk to me about the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Some of you guys could have been even shirking your responsibility towards somebody you have loved, or you know that person loves you, and you fail to carry that love within you or with you because you had lost touch with your own emotions. Page of Cups, yeah? And this is where Spirit is saying, time to bring it back, time to feel happy, time to smile, time to be flirtatious, time to have a new emotional experience. Get out of that pain. Move out. It's all done. Seek the truth. Then you want to be happy. And you have every right to be happy. Please talk to me about the Ten of Wands. It's a massive close of some kind of a cycle in your life, guys. Eight of Pentacles. Didn't I tell you? Eight of Pentacles showed up, I told you. Right? A new karma in progress towards your own happiness. Working with a lot of dedication and focused intensity in changing your own life. Please talk to me about the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, yeah? Because here it is. It's a wake-up call. You have learned your lesson. You don't want to be sitting in that gloomy energy of not knowing what you will do with your emotions. You don't want to be in that place. When you know you have missed opportunity after opportunity, you haven't given yourself that scope to develop your emotions. But you don't want to be there. That is the crossroad. That is where your emotions have not allowed you to move out. So this is where from the Ten of Pentacles to the the Ten of Wands to the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, you are taking a step back to first rectify yourself in order to come into this energy here. This is your goal. This is where you want to be, but you're graduating slowly. You're learning how to be happy in yourself. You're learning that life has more to offer. You're learning more about your own spiritual path. Please talk to me about the Queen of Cups. The World. Yeah. There's a completion. The Fool. There you go. It's a new beginning. I told you there's a cycle that's closing off in your life, Taurus. That old cycle of that entire negativity is coming to a final end. Finito. Finale. The World card. Some of you guys could be even traveling outside now. You're moving out. You're moving out to explore what makes you more happy, what brings you back your joy. You're learning a lot of things. Some of you guys could be reading a lot of books, watching movies, doing something that, focused very keenly on maybe some kind of writing, journal, anything that you're totally focused and very keenly interested in to discover what really it is that makes you happy now. Because your wake-up call to close the old cycle is right in front of you, Taurus. Consider this as a bonus reading for you guys. Enjoy this reading until we see you once again. Till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.